Live now in the Business Combat Facebook group. So I'm going to come back to Zoom. I'm going to get this over here. And it is exactly 10:30. How about that for timing?
Awesome.
Got some people joining on. Cool. All right, I can see it. So now I can see the comments too if someone comments in there. All right, we got Matt, Billy, me and you so far. There's Steven, huh?
Hey, so Steven's there.
We'll give everybody a couple minutes to populate in here. Live. So Richard, I figured out a kind of a little hack by accident with the way that you did it versus the way I did it for the Facebook live stream off of Zoom. When you have Zoom up and you go to Google Chrome, not Safari, but Google Chrome, and you click go live, you get a cool thing that pops up on the right that says share screen. You click that and go to application window. The Zoom meeting pops up. You click on the Zoom meeting, and that's how we're doing what we're doing right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a bypass.
There we go. That works too. We all learn. Every day we're reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, so I figured that part of it out. This was like Monday or Tuesday, and then I see, like right now I'm in the Business Combat group and I'm seeing the live stream.
Yes.
But I can't control any of the I see the Zoom things. I was clicking. I was like, oh my God, I can't get, it's not working. And I realized, because I saw my camera was on, that Zoom sits in the background. So once I moved my screen over and I went to the thing, I'm like, oh, there's Zoom. And now it's perfect. So as long as I've got my iPad on the left and I've got you guys up in the front of me, now we can see it. So good morning, everybody. More people are hopping in. Steven, can you hear me?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
All right. Welcome to the New California Republic. We just played the Darth Vader. Dun, 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 dun. Who knew that Governor Newsom was Emperor Palpatine? It's for all my Star Wars nerds out there. Hey, Billy.
How many Star Wars imitations do you want? I can go for 27 minutes.
I'm not starting you. No.
Yeah, somebody click mute on Steven's mic.
Quickly. All right, so I'm looking at the Facebook group. All right, we got a lot of people streaming live in Facebook too. What's up, Ron Sell, Travis Bradbury, Matt McDaniel, Queenie, Steven, Joe, Norm, Denise. All right, cool. We got a good group coming in right here. Ray Kellison, Wade, Andrew Farley, Amanda Molina. You guys give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up. Give us some love. We're gonna get the action rolling for you in the new normal in California here in just a moment. And hey, Master Ron Sell, you're on. I know you can hear me. So listen, I just want to say thank you for all the stuff that you're doing through Spark and all of that. You guys are killing it and helping a ton of people. And that's the most common saying now. We're all in this together. And that's why we're doing this today. Richard and I have some really cool stuff that we want to share with everybody and some new ways that we can help people just continue their business no matter what happens in the world. So looks like we had a pretty good group. Rich, I'm gonna turn this over to you. I'm gonna move back to Zoom and I'll bounce back and forth between the Facebook Live in case anybody comments there, and we'll throw up some questions. We got maybe 10, 11 people on the Zoom meeting, which is cool. But we are streaming live, so it looks like we had a good 50, 60 people in there right now. So for those of you that don't know, Richard Chung is the founder of a company with his partner, Alan, called AutoRun. AutoRun is an amazing platform. Through Facebook, he has figured out a system that will allow you to capture leads, get more members faster, and really just take your online advertising to a whole nother level. And we've done that through a series of ads. I really can't do it justice. So Rich, for those people that maybe are not familiar with you and your service, maybe just tell them a little bit about it, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of how we're going to help everyone.
Sure. Thanks for the introduction. So just to give everyone just a quick background, I actually see a lot of our AutoRun customers on here as well. So I'm based out of the Seattle metro area, and you guys can all blame us for being the epicenter for this whole Corona outbreak. I guess we brought it over from China somehow.
Asshole.
But you know, I've been up here studio owner since 2003. Made it through the first recession. Going to make it through this recession as well. I currently have 2 studios. First one, we have about 750 members. The new one we opened about 6 months ago. We're about 140 members. And everything came to a standstill a few weeks ago, right? As we're all having mandatory shutdowns. I think we were one of the first in the nation to kick everybody out of school for 6 weeks. And businesses that are non-essential, meaning gyms, nail salons, hair salons, we have no option of doing business, not even small groups.
Really?
We are literally, you are closed for business unless you're a restaurant for takeout and pickup. So about a year ago though, met Chris and started working with him, being the marketer and promoter for the Red Dragon studio locations, many of the Dojo Doctor locations, and then, you know, starting to spread throughout the nation. My partner and I, Alan, we developed a software that allows for instant automations so that you guys don't have to worry about lead follow-up. We tied that in with amazing lead generation. And a couple of weeks ago, well, maybe not a couple of weeks ago, it seems like it, about a week ago, I was sitting down over a phone call with Chris and started talking about what's going on. And we had this concept about, you know, and it first started when kids were just kicked out of school. Like, hey, parents are going to want something to do with their kids. And then during the daytime, because the kids are driving their parents crazy, hey, that's my ad. Who's that? That's my image.
That's me.
Sorry, Dragon Laverne, welcome. So about a week ago, we were like, what are we gonna do with the kids since they're at home? So we were thinking about, hey, this is a great time. We're gonna create some ads. We're gonna start, you know, day camps, meaning kind of like spring break camp or summer camps, temporary, to kind of facilitate activity for the kids who are stuck at home. Then the domino effect, right? So here we are sitting today where kids are forced to stay home, parents can't work, et cetera, and it's bringing us to this meeting today. So that's me. We'll let Chris kind of take over a little bit and explain things, and then I'll show you guys the details.
Okay, cool. So I was going to save this to the end, but we'll do it now. There are, well, if you're from California, you already know that Emperor Palpatine, I mean, our governor, has started to shut down the state completely, but that doesn't mean that we can't live stream and do all those cool things. So 2 ideas I want to share with everybody that if you take nothing else away from this whole meeting that you should do, and they're both pretty much free. One of the ideas I got from Adam Kiefer, he did a webinar with us the other day about his point challenge thing. And by the way, if you don't have Adam's point challenge thing, you need to get that. I'll post a link up to it in here later on today if you don't have it. It's really easy to use. It comes with emails, social media posts, graphics. That's all free. He did a great job with that. I'm very proud of him. But we were talking after the webinar, and he gave me this idea of kind of going back to the 1930s and 1940s, since everyone's going to be shut in and locked in. Why not sit in front of your logo and read a story for the kids? And you could do it live or you could do it pre-recorded. There are a million of those like 3 Little Ninja Pig books and martial arts for kids books. Just sit there in a chair and read. And of course, we were messing around saying we should sit in front of a fireplace with a robe and a pipe. But you could do that. If you did that live, just think of the value that you could get out of it. Now, whether you do it in your member group or do it live on your page, I thought that was a really neat idea. And it's so neat that I'm actually going to do it. And I'm going to start in my members group. I'm going to read a nighttime story. It's going to be like sometime between 6 or 7 p.m. For all the kids to gather around. That's one. The other one is, why not just go live on your page and do a free introductory lesson and just continue to do it. Do 5 or 10 minutes of your first introductory lesson every day for everyone in your community. So don't forget your members, but don't think about them right at the moment. Think about the tens or 20, 50,000 people in your city that may come in contact with your page and the people who share it. Hey, listen, and it starts like this. Listen, everybody, I know you all have to be shut in or we can't go out. We can't do activities, but we can do things together. That's why I'm happy to share with you some of our fitness and martial arts skills and knowledge right now. So just clear a place in your living room. I want you to stand up and we're going to try a couple things and make it easy, right? And then you could do a series of these, 1 a day, 1 an hour, hell, if you wanted to get you and your brand out into the community and show people that you're standing up as a leader to take charge and you're doing something to help people. And that's the great thing about martial arts is it works virtually, right? You can do it virtually. I can throw punches or I can throw blocks. You're looking at me. We can follow along. We can keep kids active because long term, the long game, when this is all over, you're going to be the guy or the girl who stood up in front of their community and gave without asking for anything in return. And people will remember that. So that's 2 little ideas that you could do. I would probably say do the story time in your group, because your members will be like, okay, cool, I know you. Like if, on your page, they might think, who's this little creeper reading a story to my kids? But start with that, and then a free live self-defense thing or a free live fitness thing every day on your page, man, that's stacked with tons of value. So if you take nothing else away from this, take those 2 ideas and just start running with them. Like California, we're scrambling right now. We're going, but we've been prepping, like Richard said, for the last couple of weeks for this very moment, so that we can take ourselves into the next chapter of how the new normal is going to be. That's why Richard's here, because you can still market to get members. There are people who need our services. Listen, no one can play baseball, football, soccer, basketball. You can't do any sports right now, but we can still virtually do the martial arts. So with that being said, Richard, I'm going to turn this back over to you and let you show everybody kind of what we're doing and how we're getting new members during a crisis.
Awesome. So quickly, I see, Stephen, you brought your baby into the picture, because a lot of you guys don't know who I am, and I don't want to just come across as this guy who's just talking, nonsense. But Stephen Master LeGros, when this baby in your arms was born, when we were working together last year, I mean, how many new students did you sign up while running Auto Run?
Well, we started around the summertime, and the summer, like for all my friends, was the worst season ever. Well, for me, it was the best season ever. I think I signed up 60 members over the summer.
That's amazing. And then the funny joke was, you signed up more members while you were in your studio. So while you're at the hospital having a baby and taking care of your beautiful wife and your beautiful daughter, you signed up more members than you normally do in the worst season of the year.
My wife wants to correct you. She heard you say, well, I was having the baby, and she's like, she was having the baby, but
Sure.
yes,
Okay.
you were right. Yes, I was signing up. I signed up like 5 members when I wasn't even there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So again, a little validation, and I see Luis Martinez is on here too. I don't know if he knows his numbers, but Luis, yesterday when we were chatting about your lead acquisition costs, when we were getting these online trials, how expensive was it for us to generate your trials right now?
It was about $2 a lead.
About $2 a lead. And to be exact, I remember it was $1.75, you guys. So if you guys are thinking this is not the best time ever to market, we're completely wrong, right? And so when Chris and I, we were talking, it was all a concept and a theory about, what parents are probably experiencing and what parents are feeling at home and what kids are sitting at home, being bored to death. I walked by my son's room this morning. He has a piano in there, and I'm like, I'm going to take up piano for the next 6 weeks while I'm stuck at home. I might as well teach myself, right? Because I'm bored. And parents are kind of doing the same thing. And so what we are providing here for Auto Run and for you guys is trying to help facilitate you guys being the Phoenix, I guess you can say. And what really what's going to happen, there's a tale of 2 stories, right? Is what right now we're scared, we're afraid, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to tighten the hatches. We're going to spend less money. We're not going to advertise. And then at the end of this, whether it's 2 weeks or 4 weeks or a 6-week campaign where you guys are shut down, you're going to facilitate current memberships, keeping your current members happy. You'll still lose probably 10, 15, 20%, 25%. People are being laid off. They're not going to be able to pay tuition. You're going to try to maybe, quote unquote, rent abate or, tuition abate them, help them out a little bit, but we're going to be losing. Now, when this unravels and people are like, hey, resume life as normal, that same studio owner is going to try to now pick back up where they left off. But because you tighten your belt too much, you have no leads in the funnel. You have nobody that's coming in for trial lessons. Everyone's still afraid. People don't have their jobs back yet. And you're not going to have anyone to enroll at that period. So you're going to go through season 1 of being slow, which is the Corona season, and then season 2 of being slow because you have now, you didn't plant any seeds during the Corona season, right? So nothing's growing, nothing's, no crops are there. So you have to make sure you're nurturing your land right now, and the land is going to be virtual. Now, that's the people who literally are going to get burned and turn into ashes. But from every ash, there's always a phoenix, and that's where you guys want to be at. So for the current Auto Run customers like Lewis and Steven, I see Norman, Andrew, and the Red Dragon, chain, and Matthew Lusk and Billy and Tracy. You guys are all on here. We're going to be surviving at the end of this, and probably we'll have somewhere, in my expectation, especially looking at Lewis, in the last 2 days, you guys have, what did I count? 38 trials in 2 days.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's hard to keep up with.
So once again, in a pandemic, we're getting 38 trials in 2 days. You're going to probably have 1 to 200, 250 lead funneled, right? So that when the doors open again at the studio, you can say, hey guys, free week at the studio, come on in-person classes. This is our last month of online. And you're gonna be able to resume and actually flip this pandemic into probably the best season of your martial art career. And that's what we're trying to shoot for everybody. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick preview of what we are doing for you guys. So I'm gonna quickly share my screen. I see there's a couple of chat messages that want to
Yeah, I got them. I got those, Rich. You can go ahead.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real fast. And you're gonna see yourselves.